Hi everyone, it's Elicia. Sorry, it's a little wobbly. I'm just doing a short follow-up video for my last Facebook Live on eating disorders, and I just got a question from one of my clients in my secret client Facebook group on something that I teach in my Express What's Repressed program, and I teach extensively on how to process your repressed emotions and also working with triggers. And so one way people respond to triggers is to emotionally eat. So if you feel all of a sudden a strong emotional reaction, sometimes the pattern for people is to start eating to feel better instead of actually just feeling the emotion and going back to the source of the trigger. And this work is pretty advanced, and that's why I teach a course that I support for an initial 60-day program. And so one source and one cause of emotional eating is just the lack of awareness of our own emotions and allowing them and accepting our full range of emotions. And typically it's a pattern that gets started from childhood when you had to repress how you actually felt. So you were getting the love and approval from your parents that they were expecting you to be a certain way for them to feel better about themselves, typically. So the question I just got from one of my clients was something that I wrote in regards to, I had said, if you don't clear your energy from other people, you can feel ungrounded, and the tendency is to want to use food to ground your energy. So this is another cause of emotional eating, is kind of lack of awareness of other people's energy, especially for you empaths, highly sensitive people like me. I learned this through the work that I was doing. I've been working with people for many years. I started almost 10 years ago doing group work and teaching groups and workshops, and I continue doing that for 10 years. So a long time ago, I learned that or I noticed that I would start eating a lot after I was done with a workshop. And then I learned how to clear my energy from processing with other people. And so especially if you're working with other people, or if you're just in public and you're talking to people, maybe you're in customer service, maybe you're a healer as well, or coach, it's really important to intentionally clear and disconnect your energy from other people. So as soon as I learned how to do that, I didn't need to use food. And I wasn't aware that I was using food at the time, but I noticed that I would eat a lot of nuts to try to ground my energy. So that is just one cause. And like I said, the main cause of emotional eating is just a lack of awareness and acceptance of what is really going on from your past that's still affecting you in the present moment, and there's still a desire to numb your emotions from your defenses as a child. So this is a whole big topic, but I just kind of wanted to address some other sources of things that would cause you to emotionally eat. So for my clients who've been working with me, you're already been working with your inner child's emotions and processing and feeling and getting to the source of your triggers. And then the other things to be aware of is just clearing and disconnecting your energy. You can also do a sweep, an energy sweep from your shoulder down like this, and flick the energy with your other arm, and then just do that 3 times. Laura Bruno, the medical intuitive I work with. She taught me that many years ago, 7 years ago. And then I also just say disconnect, clear my energy, refresh my energy from source. And I don't need to do that much anymore because I have very strong energetic boundaries. And so that's another thing to know. When you do the emotional work, especially the anger work, when your boundaries were broken, when you were abused in any way, or if you felt powerless and other people were kind of breaking your boundaries as a child, you may have weak energetic boundaries until you process the anger around those abuses and ways that you were violated and disrespected. And then that helps you actually speak up and say no. So when you have weak energetic boundaries from your childhood, you're also, it's harder to say no to people in the present moment. And that's another cause of emotional eating, is if you're not able to speak up for yourself and say no, or set a boundary, or take time to yourself, and if you keep giving, and if your energy keeps giving to other people because that's how you learned how to feel loved and validated as a child, then that's going to create a lot of disempowered energetic feelings, and that's going to create you wanting to come back into your power through food. So that's another source of it. So it's really important. Really what helped me the most release my emotional eating, the desire to eat for any other reason besides hunger, it was typically for those reasons, was to either ground my energy or to numb something that was triggered that I wasn't aware of, or to kind of ground my energy because I wasn't giving myself time and saying no. And also, if you do decide to do something against and break your own boundary, I'll give you an example. If you really needed time alone and then someone asked you for help and you say yes, your energy is going to be affected, and that can be another cause of you wanting to come back into your body, and you may use food to do that. So just wanted to give you other things to think about. When I did the eating disorder video, I kind of did a more general sense of what causes eating disorders, but this is a more specific what causes emotional eating, which you don't necessarily have an eating disorder if you're just emotionally eating. So hopefully this has helped you see maybe what is causing your emotional eating, and other things to look at that you may not be aware of. Feel free to reach out to me or learn more about my Express What's Repressed 60-day program. You can find everything on my website, eliciamiller.com. And then there's a free webinar, /free-webinar. All right, so go forth with strong, energetic boundaries. Bye.